Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today I've got an amazing over-the-top 1948 Mercury Monarch Coupe Canadian edition to show you. Now, this car is unbelievable. I'll talk a little bit about that Canadian edition in a minute, but this car is built into a hot rod. It's a very high-end hot rod. It's built by a gentleman that owns a hot rod classic car restoration business here in Oregon, and he's been in business since about 1973. And check this, he built this car for himself and his wife. You know, it's top quality. Just for giggles, I asked him, I said, so, you know, what would it take to build something like this? And he said, if he built this car for a customer, it'd be nearly $300,000. So I say that to give you a sense of it, a sense of, you know, what's gone into this car. But you've got to see it. I'm going to show you as much as I can. There's a lot to this car to look at, a lot to know. I know I'm not going to be able to tell you everything, because fact is I'm going to miss a few points, but that's fine. We'll go and take a look at it. So the paint that you see here is base coat clear coat. It's PPG Candy Apple red, and it is as fine as it can be. It is beautiful. You can see the metallic in there. The stainless trim that runs along the body line this is brass, and then it's chromed, but this decorative piece here, it looks really nice, but really what this is a heat extractor. So and it's one on each side, so your engine has a little heat dissipation ability there. I should point out to you first and foremost, this particular car is in this current issue of Street Rodder magazine. It has been chosen as one of the top 100 in Street Rodder. It's in the current edition if you want to check that out. And it's kind of interesting, he was telling me when you get this sticker, they wanted him to actually put the sticker on. That's what they do. They want the owner to actually install the sticker, because they don't want that sticker going someplace and put on some old Fiesta or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, makes sense, I guess. Makes good sense. But at any rate, there is some 80 to 100 modifications done to this car, and some are very subtle, some are you know, a little more obvious, and I'm going to point out some of those for you. Wheels are these are 18-inch Foose 5-spoke polished aluminum, beautiful. The tires are Goodyear LS2s, the radials all around. The brake system, these are all four corners are Willwood. These are polished calipers with drilled and slotted rotors all around the car. Power assist, excellent. Let me get you in the interior here. Has door poppers for the door. They work great. Take a look at the leather in this thing. It smells like a leather shop in here. Fully surrounded the window with leather. All the fasteners and so forth are nice stainless, nice pliable weather stripping. Look at the detail work. It's just as clean as it can be. Your trenches up here are tight, nice. Power windows, your little power window switch there, and check this. This is nice solid chrome, nice leather pulls. Sculpted door panels, fully matching the interior. Jambs are excellent. Connolly style carpeting with the welting around it, kind of a tweed. The seating, these are Lincoln Mark 7 seats. Notice the medallions here in the seats, just to give it a little character. And this seat in particular, the passenger seat, is actually a heated seat. So your wife or your significant other gets a little cold, she's got a heated seat there. 9-speaker stereo system, very high-end stereo, of course. Back seat matches the front. You got seat belts on all four corners. Nice soft lighting in the headliner, as well as in the console, front and back. Power seats as well. Yeah, check this. Nice, easy to close. Nice shut lines, which I'm always kind of going after. Car would originally had running boards. Of course, those have been removed and cleaned up with you know, this piece here. Now, this is an all metal car, by the way. There's no fiberglass in this car or anything. Now, take a look. I'm going to show you this. See this line here, how it goes up and curves? It kind of gives the door and the window the same line. Kind of goes nicely with this, but this originally would have been straight. So that's another fabbed in piece that he did. And the roof line here, this roof has been chopped 3.5 inches. Now, you know, we've all seen hot rods where they have the chopped roof, but one feature about this one is this back window here. This is the factory size rear window for this car. And when I was talking to him about it, it's kind of funny. He said, well, I did that for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to be able to see out of it. But secondly, I did it to kind of cause trouble. I said, what do you mean cause trouble? He goes, well, he's at a car show, and these 2 guys come up and they go, oh, no, that hasn't been chopped because it's the stock back window. And then they got it front and they go, well, wait a minute, yeah, it has been chopped. So it's kind of hard to, you know, that's a little subtle fabrication there that you really got to pay attention to. That you know, a lot of these fabs are you know, the discerning hot rodder's going to know about these, but not everyone. And it's just really a fabulous job. Back here, certainly you got Mercury tail lights, and of course these are LED. But this whole housing on both sides has been lowered 2 inches just to give it a little better profile. V8 call out there. This piece here. This is Mercedes-Benz, believe it or not, which lends me to talk about this car. Has a utility trailer that goes with it. It is a Plymouth Prowler trailer, and it's been modified to look like the coupe. So it's got those same tail lights, it's got the Foose wheels, it's got a 3rd brake light in it, and that does go with the car. I don't have it out here, but that is part of the package. Nice dual exhaust. Gives me an opportunity to tell you that not only is it not nice dual exhaust, but this car has electric cutouts that are controlled on the console. So I'll show you that here in a little bit too. It's kind of fun. Again, back here, the bumper drawn in very close to the body, gives it a nice look. The trunk is operated by remote, and as it's opening here, I'm going to show you this little fuel door. This is the fuel door, nothing special, but check this out. You open it up, and a lot of these cars, you know, particularly from the factory, see that nice stainless piece there? You can see the ground usually, but then it's got this little, you know, he added this little rubber cozy here, so you can put that down when you're putting fuel in it, and you won't mark up your car. Very clean, very nice. Look at this trunk. You know, most interiors should hope to be anywhere near this nice. Beautiful leather throughout. There's your medallions again. These are the show floor mats. So you only want to use these for show. The mats that are in there up front right now are just your daily driver mats, if you want to call it that. Nice leather and chrome hinges. Got this nice billet hinge here. Let me show you back here. This piece here, this is a trap door, so you push this little lever in and that gives you a handle so you can pull this out, and this reveals the air tank for your air ride system. This does have air ride, and it's all set up automatic. It's an AirTech air ride system. It works excellent. I'm going to show you that too. Nice quality JL audio amp, 900 watt. Nice wiring, painless wiring. Of course, you have the new style fuses and so forth. So, done very nicely. Everything is just to the nines on this car. You know, and you can look, and I don't say this to be arbitrary, but you can look all you want to, you know, for a nicer one, but there isn't a nicer one. This is as nice as it possibly can get, right here. Let me take a moment to talk about the website for a second. westcoastcollectorcars.com. I've got pictures, of course, pictures of the car, but I have a good text ad that kind of hits a lot of the bullet points, some of which we're talking about here. But also you really need to know, you need to be able to see the undercarriage. I've got pictures of the undercarriage, of course, and it looks like a brand new car. So what I want to mention is this has a Mustang II style front suspension. It's all brand new, of course, fully boxed in, custom. It's a factory frame, but it has been customized. You've got a 4L80E automatic transmission with overdrive. Differential is 4 9-inch, and you've got a 4-link in the back, and it's also got a Watts link, believe it or not, off the differential. What that does is it just ties everything together. So what you've got here is you've got a show car, I mean a high-end show car, but you've got a show car that you can drive anywhere you want. You want to drive this thing across the country? No problem. It's not going to give you any problem. That's a 454 in there, believe it or not, 15 miles per gallon with the AC on. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get, you know, with a big block Chev. Take you in the interior on this side. Again, beautifully sculpted door panels. Thought while I was at it, I'd come over here. I want to show you, you know, a lot of time and effort and quality has gone into this dash. This is a 1951 Ford dash that's been sectioned, it's been narrowed, it's been sculpted. I mean, you know, you're looking at probably a $5,000 piece of metal right there in the dash, and it was fabbed to accommodate this 8-inch Mercury gauge pod, which houses everything, of course, your speedometer, tachometer, you know, oil pressure, water temp, so forth. Vintage air conditioning. These are your air conditioning vents. This is your headlights, air ride system. This is a cutout switch for your exhaust. This is the switch for this heated seat. This car is so nice and so easy to drive. You're gonna love it. You would just absolutely love it. You got this nice billet, polished billet, I should say, and matching steering wheel. It is tilt column. Nice pedals. Look up underneath there. It's clean. It's all leather. Very nice. You got your vents here. I just popped the hood there for a second, so I want to show you the front end of this thing. Now, we talked a little bit about, just briefly, that this was a Canadian Merc, so you've got your Monarch call out here, but notice this piece here in the center. This is called the waterfall. Now, the US edition did not have that, it just had a piece there, but this Mercury has this little more sort of Empire styling, I guess, if you want to call it that, this waterfall. This grille is highly chromed, and it's been narrowed a little bit. Again, the bumper drawn in close to the body. Beautiful. The headlights, these are 1955 Buick headlight housings and buckets and so forth. Your turn signal lights, this is 1963 Corvette. Notice how it's wide here, narrow here. That's because he wanted it even. And look at this. I mean, look at the fabrication. It's just nice and clean here and how it's just all done. Very nice. Just quality work throughout. So up here on the hood, I mentioned earlier, I got to tell you about this because this is a significant piece. Very difficult. Took some engineering to do this, and you just looking at it, you just go, oh, that's a nice hood, right? Well, yeah, it is. But here's why. This hood has been pied, and what that means is It's had a wedge section taken out of it, and normally on this particular car, this portion here would be really up here and really tall. So it's been lowered and it's been drawn in to give it a sleeker look. And you got to pay attention and know what you're doing when you do this kind of fabrication, or it can look wrong. And this car definitely does not look wrong. But if you take a step back, take a look at the profile on this car. Open the jewelry box here to show you this 454, completely rebuilt, Sniper aluminum heads, Sniper aluminum polished manifold, 4150 quick fuel carburetor, 730 CFMs. You got this front runner piece here, kind of like a March system, if you will. It houses the chrome or the polished alternator, the AC, all serpentine, power steering, receiver dryer and overflow for your radiator match. Take a look at that shaved firewall, just clean as it can be. Stainless hood hinges and springs. Up under the hood, looks brand new like everything else. Stainless chrome and stainless fasteners everywhere you look. The air conditioning lines and so forth are hidden here. There's just too much about this car. It is just an absolutely amazing machine. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to jump in the car and we're going to show you a little bit of that stereo. I'm going to take it for a spin, and I want you to see how it looks, you know, traveling under its own power. And the air ride system, so you know, you have the car lowered at the show, you go to leave, all you do is you turn the key on or start the car and the air ride system automatically comes up to the driving position. That's a nice way to do it, because then you don't forget that you're low and you go running in and break something. So anyway, I want to tell you about that. So let's take a look at that stereo. What you're hearing there is you're hearing the air compressors filling up the tanks. Here's the stereo. And while that's turning on, let me point a couple things out to you. I probably already have, but this is the cutouts for your exhaust. I'll show you that a little bit more. This is for your heated seat, passenger seat. So what you've got here is a nice Kenwood. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it a little jaunt around the parking lot so you can kind of see what it looks like moving under its own power. When I come back, I'll lower it again so you can see the difference in the stance. It's really cool. there it is at the lowering stance. So once you start to drive it, you turn the key, that's going to come up to the driving level. And actually, you have a third level if you come into a situation where you kind of got a little bit high of a speed bump or something. You can actually raise it a little bit more on the fly, so that's kind of cool. At any rate, you've got fully operational windshield wipers with delay. Again, AC, heat, power steering, power four-wheel disc brakes, high-end components everywhere. Beautiful. I mean, this car, you got a high-end stereo. You got heated seat. You got exhaust cutouts. It's just as nice as they come. It's as good as it ever gets. And keep in mind, you can drive it. This car drives down the road nice and true. It's fun to drive. It's heavily dynamated. In some of the areas where you would pick up extra road noise, went to the trouble to actually double the dynamat. So you've got excellent sound deadening in here. It's, you know, it's like driving down the road, you know, in your living room, really. It's nice. You'd love this car. But anyway, if I can answer any further questions for you about this 48 Merc, don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich D, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.